Well, a very warm welcome if you've just joined us. You'll be pleased to know that Jerry Springer has now left the building. With some luck, he's taken a ride on board the Crazy Taxi. What's that, you say? Well, check out Cybernet.
You're watching Cybernet with me, Lucy Longhurst. Get ready for a hair-raising cab ride, go robo-blasting in space, check out the best internet cheat sites, and can he kick it? Yes, he can. It's unmissable. It's Cybernet. We welcome you to the show with a review of the first Sega game to appear on a rival console outside Japan. Hold tight for the white-knuckle ride of your life as Crazy Taxi skids to a PlayStation 2 near you. Crazy Taxi on the PS2 is exactly the same as the Dreamcast edition, including the Alternative City and Crazy Box challenges, which set Sega's console version apart from the arcade machine. Fans of the original may struggle at first to pull off boosts and slides using the PlayStation controller, but once you've got to grips with the pad, you'll be hurtling around the city streets in no time. Yoo-hoo! For anyone who hasn't played the game before, the object is to make as much money as you can by picking up passengers and then following the arrow until you reach their destination. Sounds simple, but it isn't. The game's played against the clock, and if you run out of time before you drop off your customer, then you won't get paid for the job. Do this too many times and it's game over. If you want to take a break from burning around the streets, the Crazy Box challenges add variety and humour to the proceedings. In these mini-games, players must use their taxi to complete a series of insane challenges, including 10-pin bowling, a terrifying ski-style long jump,
We've got a new record.
bursting the massive water-filled crazy balloons, and ferrying passengers around the most dangerous courses in the world. They don't call it Crazy Taxi for nothing, you know.
I got it.
If you've been saving your cash for a truly great PS2 title, the wait is finally over. Crazy Taxi is one of the best video games around, and one which you'll return to again and again. The graphics are stunning, the gameplay's faultless, and the music will keep your adrenaline pumping until the counter hits 0. This frisky fellow's called Reader Rabbit, and he's got his very own series of multimedia titles. There's Junior, Year 1, and Maths, to name but a few. But this one's called Thinking, and aims to help 4- to 6-year-olds with the idea of logic. On the pretext of collecting stores for a surprise birthday party, children travel to 4 different areas and choose activities which focus on patterning. Here, in Owl's treehouse, you'll need to complete the dance for these jolly mice, thus learning all about sequencing. And here in Bab's kitchen, there are biscuits to be baked, if you can match them up right.
These biscuits are the size of pizzas. Oh, I just can't wait to eat one.
There's singing too, although we're not sure what effect this will have on impressionable young minds.
Come on and decorate some biscuits with things that everyone enjoys. Or you can help us make some party bags.
Okay, so it's not exactly Fast and Furious, but the package is clearly aimed at a specific age group where tasks need to be elementary and undemanding, even with 3 levels to master. Reader Rabbit Thinking is a good educational tool. The bright cartoon style will keep the little ones entertained, and you never know, they might even learn something. Vanishing Point on the PlayStation is a tricky racer where the only adversary is the clock. Of course, there are other cars on the road trying to slow you down, but wouldn't it be great if you could take things at your own pace? If you'd like to have more time on your hands, why not try our cunning cheat? Start a new race and hit pause when you reach the start line. You should then find that the clock will stop, meaning that you'll win every race with ease. For the cheat to work, you must pause the game before the timer reaches 0.1 seconds. This may take some practice, but keep at it because you'll soon be winning every race with only 0.4 of a second on the clock. With the cheat active, you'll soon speed through the game with minimum effort, and your reward is some fabulous new tracks and vehicles. But don't get too confident because you still have to watch out for those sudden corners. Really exist that combines a bit of retail therapy with modelling, photography and snowboarding? The answer is yes. These are America's most famous twins, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, the stars of Magical Mystery Mall on the PlayStation.
There's nothing better than being at the mall on any day, Mary-Kate. Good point.
The sugary twosomes shopping expedition is interrupted when they buy a gypsy's necklace which holds special powers. Time stands still, leaving the girls in a bit of a muddle. Unless they meet the challenges given to them, they'll be stuck in the mall forever, but without the ability to buy anything. The pair must try their hands at waitressing. Then comes a bit of mix and match styling. Nice hat. Even sent to take photos of some hunky young men. Or that's their excuse anyway.
So all we have to do is take pictures of these two cute lifeguards? We're totally there.
But no shopping trip's complete without a bit of on-piste action. So if we've whetted your MK&A appetite, then don't fear, there's another title to try out, the Equestrian Crazy Winner's Circle. It offers players a chance to compete in various riding events in career or two-player mode. Not only can you choose your all-important outfit, but also dabble in a bit of genetic engineering by designing your own horse. Then jump on and trot, canter and gallop against the clock. Horse enthusiasts will enjoy the jumps level, which requires a bit more skill. Come on, giddy up! To the serious gamer, the Mary-Kate and Ashley titles may not be high on their wish list, as the gameplay is slow and the characters and environments are badly textured. However, they do try to fill a gap in the rather empty girls software market, and would appeal to some under 10s. Anyone else might want to give them a wide berth.
Totally outrageous.
Years, Cybernet has brought you, our faithful viewers, some of the oddest and most bizarre video game cheats and codes we've ever witnessed. From boxers in nappies to ballerina basketball players, we've seen it all. So prepare yourself for our guide to the internet's best cheat sites. One of the best places to start your search is GameWinners.com. Here you'll find cheats for every format, from recent consoles to the time-honoured classics. With a helpful A to Z index, you can go straight to a list of cheats for whichever game you desire. So if you want to jog down slopes in SSX instead of Slide, give it a try. Another quick and easy site to explore is GameExperts.com. As well as up-to-the-minute downloadable trailers of forthcoming games, this site has an enormous amount of cheats available to the user. For example, this is the list of web pages for games beginning with the letter B. Bet you didn't even know there were that many games. But if quantity is what you're after, there really is no better place than the German search site Cheats. Simply type in the name of the game and Cheats will search the World Wide Web of code sites and present you with a massive list of possible links. So whether you want a new car for Driver 2, or simply a big head for Tony Hawk skateboarding, you need look no further. After much deliberation though, we decided that IGN.com has to be the next best site for video game cheats. As well as loads of news and feature items, there's also a vast collection of well-written reviews. But first and foremost are the highly detailed game guides covering everything from gameplay techniques and fact files on enemies to downloadable walkthroughs. So if you're all fingers and thumbs, log on to the internet and conquer those computer games. Recognise these chaps? Of course you do. They earn potloads of money for kicking a leather sack around in the grass. Not that we're bitter or anything, because soon we'll be able to join in their fun and games with UEFA Challenge on the PS2. Until Pro Evolution Soccer arrives to clean up the competition, there isn't a next-generation soccer sim to rival the glorious ISS games on the original PlayStation. UEFA Challenge will borrow elements from those games, but our initial impressions suggest a more arcade style of gameplay. Strategic elements will be present for the committed fan, but anyone who gets easily frustrated by a lack of scoring opportunities will be happy to hear that the ball will find the back of the net with surprising frequency. It appears that there won't be a huge variety of different camera angles, and you'll only be able to get a really good look at your players during the occasional cutscene. But as every good footballer knows, vision is everything, and were the cameras too close, opportunistic strikes like this would be impossible. The graphical quality appears a little dated, but our main concern at the moment is the feeling of sluggishness you get when controlling your players. Hopefully that can be rectified before the game's release, when we'll reveal whether this is top division stuff or in need of relegation. Okay, time for our competition now, so grab a pen. This week's excellent prize is an N64 and a copy of Banjo-Tooie to play on it. So join the honey-loving bear and his red-feathered sidekick as they try to stop the evil Gruntilda from taking over the world. To win this prize, just call our number and answer this question. What is a professional horse rider called? Is it A, a brickie, B, a jockey, or C, a chippy? If you think you know, call 09009 113333. Please dial carefully and don't forget to ask permission from the person who pays the telephone bill first. We'll put up the question and number again at the end of today's show, so get dialing and good luck! Coming up, we fight for independence, battle above the earth and sneak a look at an Xbox.
I've always enjoyed football, but I can't play anymore. Last year I was on a ladder at work when it collapsed. I hit the floor really hard, severely injuring myself. Life's difficult when an injury means you can't work. I called Claims Direct and discovered I was entitled to compensation. They worked really hard fighting my case and I was awarded £10,000.
Carl is glad he chose Claims Direct. Right now we're helping over 60,000 people get justice. And remember, if your claim is not successful, it won't cost you a penny. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, at work, on the road, or a trip or fall anywhere, then contact Claims Direct today. For free advice 7 days a week, call 0800 970 6662 and speak to one of our Claims Direct specialists. That's 0800 970 6662. Call now.
Oh no.
What?
Straight in the machine, please.
Cheryl's seen it all before.
When you've a load too dirty for the laundry basket, all you need is one new Ariel Liquitab. Packed with concentrated cleaning, Ariel Liquitabs dissolve completely and clean brilliantly.
What setting?
Small load should do it.
New Ariel Liquitabs. That's another load off your mind.
Welcome back to part 2 of Cybernet. On the very fringe of space and coming soon to a PC near you lies the frontier world of Independence War 2: Edge of Chaos. This follow-up to the detailed and highly acclaimed iWar is a blend of both resource management and space combat simulation. At the start of the game, you escape from a border prison camp by commandeering the nearest supply ship. Guided by an old family friend, the plot is one of revenge and war as you set out to find the man responsible for your father's tragic demise. Although there are definite objectives, the game promises enough scope for you to spend time doing what you want and going where you please.
This is the start. From here you can select locations throughout any of the systems.
There'll be 16 star systems, all with plenty of activity and storylines for you to explore. Instead of being another boring space blaster, iWar 2 has the look and feel of a beautifully crafted universe in the style of genre classic Elite. Along the way, you'll meet hundreds of ships, from freighters and space stations to patrols and pirates. The resource management elements will allow you to modify your ship and weapons through either honest trading or superior firepower. Both the in-game visuals and the narrative FMV sequences that support it already look first class. From this early evidence, Independence War 2 is shaping up to be a very important title indeed. And our full review is coming soon. Driving you batty on your N64, perhaps you could do with some help. All that running around can be exhausting, so here's a cheat to make this adult platformer a bit more accessible. Go to the options screen and select Cheats. Then enter the code Welder's Bench. That's WELDERSBENC and H. You can now select any level to try, which means that you can skip past the trickiest stages or just watch those great movie parodies. So dodge those slow-motion bullets, avoid those nasty aliens, and if that's not helpful enough, don't worry. Unlike this chappie, we'll be back. Time for your weekly countdown now. Here's our PlayStation 2 Top 10. Starting us off at 10 with some winter chill, the bodacious snow style of SSX. At 9, we journey to ancient China, where the Dynasty warriors ran into kerfuffles like this every day. Honest. Kurt Hectic's still proving unflappable. The big guns of MDK2 take number 8. Just scream if you want to go faster. Rumble Racing is a smashing, stunt-ridden 7. Ah, the pleasures of the putting green. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2001 hole 6 spot. Zone of the Enders is in 5th place with fast-paced combat that'll leave you reeling. At 4, there's obviously a knack to hailing a crazy taxi, but knowing when to get off is just as important. At 3, the unmistakable corridors of Quake 3, where a revolution's in full swing. Sky Odyssey is at number 2 this week, chock full of death-defying daring-do. But taking up top slot, Star Wars Starfighter blasts ahead of the rest and lands at number 1. Do you have the iron will of a soldier? Do you have the steely determination of a Marine? Do you have difficulty managing the stairs without losing your breath? So do we, but thankfully Operation Flashpoint on the PC recreates life in the army without all that physical exertion. Set in an alternative past where the Cold War escalated into something much hotter, Operation Flashpoint is a military title which, plotline aside, strives to provide the most realistic simulation of battle ever. This means that once you get the courage to progress from the rookie difficulty level, things become very tricky indeed. realism means only the most thoughtful and aware players will succeed in their missions. Long-range rifle shots are affected by the wind, the opposition is unnervingly observant, and a single round from an enemy's weapon will see you off the mission and in an infirmary. However, this authenticity can sometimes aid you. Any functional vehicle on the battlefield can be commandeered, allowing you to tackle your objectives in the slightly more secure company of a helicopter or a tank. There's even some basic training in the form of the obligatory loudmouth sergeant.
Armstrong! If anyone needs to shape up, Armstrong, it's you. I've seen sumo wrestlers with flatter stomachs than yours.
Operation Flashpoint certainly has action, but it's punctuated with the kind of forward planning and strategy that will turn many players away. However, if you want to exercise your brain as well as your trigger finger, this is as authentic as military combat gets. Our game of the week this time is quite simply one of the greatest adventures to ever hit a console. Welcome to Phantasy Star Online, a futuristic real-time RPG which you can play with anyone around the globe for the price of a local phone call. After connecting to the network, players are transported to a virtual world where they can meet friends or join existing teams. Up to 4 players can link up online to explore the planet Rhaegol, which is rendered in stunning 3D and with no time lag problems. The story is set in the future and Earth has become unfit to support life. When a spaceship carrying human refugees arrives to rendezvous with a colony on Rhaegol, an explosion severs all communications with the pioneers on the planet's surface. Now it's up to you and your friends to head there and solve the mystery. One of your main challenges is to create a character from scratch, then train them up from an RPG rookie into a fearsome fighting machine. Battling creatures like these on the planet's surface wins you experience points. The game's appeal lies in the fact that you can use it as a chat room to interact with other players. To overcome national barriers, the game features a list of common phrases which, when chosen, are instantly translated into the language your online comrades speak, whether it be English, Japanese, French, German or Spanish. It's amazing. With over 200,000 players registered worldwide, Phantasy Star Online gets better and better. The joy of developing your warrior is irresistible, and you'll soon be making arrangements to meet your online allies every night. If you haven't experienced Phantasy Star yet, what are you waiting for? One day, all games will be like this. We kick off in Los Angeles, where the games community held the 2001 Electronic Entertainment Expo, or E3 as it's known. This is an annual event where all the big console and games manufacturers get together to announce their latest releases. Somebody else with a new release is Tinny. Our cyber babe is bringing out her very own single and this video to go with it. You can catch some more of Timmy at the end of the show, but really, is there a market for this kind of artificial plastic pop? Probably the biggest announcement at E3 was the news of the long-awaited Xbox. Microsoft's first attempt at a pure games machine will be available for the same price as a PlayStation 2. Definitely available for the Xbox when it's finally launched will be Crazy Taxi. The race is well underway to be the first telephone company to set up a third-generation mobile phone system, which enables users to send and receive moving pictures, as well as permanently being connected to the internet. BT, one of the biggest phone companies in the United Kingdom, is on the verge of running a test system on the Isle of Man. These are the latest pictures of Star Fox Adventures. The game was going to be one of the last on the N64 as Dinosaur Planet. Instead, it was remade into a Star Fox title and will be one of the first on the GameCube. Other launch titles recently announced include this spectacular-looking Super Smash Bros. That's it for this week's Roundup. Strap on some body armor and load your weapons, Space Marine. It's time for some more frantic arena-style blasting on your Dreamcast, this time courtesy of Unreal Tournament. The game's a first-person space-age shooter in the Quake 3 mold, where massive guns, tooled-up enemies and claustrophobic arenas rule the day. Only those who are quick on the trigger will survive Unreal's hostile levels, and it'll take loads of practice before you're able to defeat the vicious computer-controlled bots who don't show human players any mercy. But the best part is the multiplayer options. As well as a 4-player split-screen mode, up to 8 challengers can join a battle online. This network mode won't be available in Europe and certain other regions, but if you're in an area which supports Unreal's online capabilities, this blaster's a great Dreamcast alternative to Phantasy Star Online. Although it's strictly a game for adults only, Unreal Tournament is one of the best blasters on the Dreamcast. Quake devotees may find the simple controls and auto-aiming guns a little easy to master, but we think this makes the game much more fun and accessible to players of all experience levels. So if you fancy some space-age thrills, grab a copy of Unreal Tournament and have a blast. Keep on running and keep on watching. We may have come to the end of this show, but Cybernet will be back soon with even more fantastic games and features from around the world. Don't forget you can always try our competition to win a console. As we promised earlier, here's some more of the lovely Timmy with her debut single, You Make My Day. Go on, make her day. Keep watching Cybernet.